I thought it was only partially 1/4 or 1/5 or 1/6 of the White House. It said, I saw a picture, supposedly, it looked Photoshopped, but it said the British burned down the White House. And I'm not sure if it was a Menotti thing, but they must have told Jane Madison, because that would have been like, what? But it said the British burned down the White House. And I thought it was like 1/4 and it had to be rebuilt. But, yeah, it must have been Madison, but it was like the British burned down the White House. And this had to be during Madison, and it wasn't 1/5 or 1/6 or 1/4. It was all of it. And did they have 2 floors? Like, all of the White House burned, and then Madison stayed somewhere else. And then I'm just like, so the resentment or anger that they left Britain, but it would have gotten 2 credit anyways, and it's credit anyways, and now they have problems with Muslims or whatever. But so anyways, so the 1700s, or let's see, Madison might have been late 1700s or early 1900s, and then the 1812. I think that might have led up to the so-called War of 1812. I'm not sure if Trump likes the White House, but I mean, that'd be really challenged, or he must have been on drugs or prescription drugs or something. And I don't think, I wouldn't think the District of Columbia, Virginia. I don't think Virginia is a British thing, but it might be an English thing. But possibly, I don't see why they burned the White House, and then they had to rebuild it, and then maybe it was signed, and maybe some British guys, maybe because they didn't own it or something. But I'm thinking, well, they only had 4 weeks, and I thought once or twice, or a few times that the Whigs might be, even though we have their American Whigs, that they might be controlled by the British. But we had the Democratic Republic, supposedly American, and I'm just didn't understand why the British didn't just go back to England. They knew it wasn't England, and we kicked their asses, the British asses. And why would they burn down the White House and then rebuild it? And why was there only 4 weeks?